Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Well, thank you. What is your name,
Okay.
please?
Yeah. So my name is Joseph. You can call me Joe. How about you?
It's nice to meet you, Joe. I'm Richard, and I'm calling you from Brazil.
Oh, that's really nice to know.
Yeah, cool. What about you? Where are you from?
Currently, okay, I'm from Canada. Currently I'm in Cebu Island in the Philippines.
What
Hello?
could you please say that again? You froze a little
Oh,
bit.
okay. Oh, fast, right? Sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
Canadian.
it was because you froze for a second.
Ah, okay. I'm Canadian, but currently I'm
Yeah.
in the Philippines. I'm in Cebu Island.
Oh, that's nice. Philippines. Are you studying
Yeah,
Tagalog?
it's hot.
Tagalog?
Yeah, they speak Tagalog, Cebuana, a couple of languages. Yeah,
That's nice. Did you move
yeah.
to to teach English? What is the reason? Why did you move to Philippines?
It's more or less business and travel.
Oh, that's nice. Cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Philippines. A lot of people say there are lots of islands there. Is that right?
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. I'd love to go there one day. It'll be awesome.
Well, that you cannot. How do I say? I cannot overemphasize how good it is or how beautiful it is. No.
I see. What about the weather? Is it too different than, Canada? Because Canada is free is free. I was going to say my first language. It's
Cold.
cold, isn't it?
Yeah, Canada is cold. Some regions are excessively cold. Some are cold, but I mean you could still manage to do what you like to do, right?
I
But
see. That's
talking
awesome.
about the weather here in the Philippines, this may be my personal opinion, but I don't like it. It's hot.
I see.
It's hot. Given the fact that Canada is as cold as it is, um, not that I expect so much to gain so much by coming here when it comes to language skills, but I mean it's not as great, you know.
I see. But what kind of weather do you like? Do you prefer hot weather, cold weather, you know, fresh weather?
Hmm, okay. Well, that is true, but I think there are just two seasons here, which goes a long way to determine what kind of weather they would have eventually, right?
I see.
Yeah.
I haven't been outside of my country, Brazil, and but one day it'll be great to travel outside of Brazil to go to different countries. Canada is on my list. The United States, I'm a little bit afraid of, traveling around the world, but it'll be really great, to overcome that fear
Yeah,
and visit lots of countries.
that's really good. It changes that rather it changes your way of thinking.
Yeah, that's right. Because we learn about different cultures, we can see different ways of seeing the world, right? Because when we are just in our country, I think we tend to think only in one way. So, how we do things normally, but when we travel, we can have access to different thoughts, different behaviors, and it's so great. I love it.
Okay, all right. That it's really nice to know. Okay, all right. So
Could you please tell me some differences between Canada and the Philippines, where
uh,
you are right now?
I think first of all, let me say the people. Even though I didn't get to spend so much time here, moving around and relating with people before the coronavirus, right? But in the time that I did have, I could say that we, by we I mean Canadians mostly. Canadians, um, Canadians are less dependent on family as a circle. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Like for example, in my case, I left home since when I was 17, right? It's more like I left to create my own path, find out what I wanted to do in my life. I was already a graduate. It took me about a year, but I was already done with the university, right? So it's more like I had more options to choose from, right? Now I know that not everybody does get that opportunity. However, if you do, it would be nice.
I see. Yeah, I was reading the news the other day, and I read that a lot of people, between the ages of 18 and 30, they are going back to their parents' house because of they are losing jobs and so many problems, so many issues, and unfortunately, it is happen. It's happening today nowadays. Um, it also said that we are facing a time that most people between those ages are living with their parents.
Yeah.
They call young adults, young adults.
Yeah. Well, that's actually true. But when I came here to the Philippines, I've seen grown ups living with living with the families. Actually, even my neighbor. Okay, my neighbor. There are two guys. I'm sure they should be well over 30 or above, but they're still living with their parents. They're not married.
Oh, I see.
You know, I'm not saying it doesn't make them less responsible. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
but I'm saying that for us, it makes us much more independent early enough. So a person who sets off and is able to make it, maybe not even in the shortest period of time, but just generally, it you know it improves their level of confidence and it changes their perception towards life because they go from being dependent to independent, which is good. You want a world whereby everybody is capable, right? Not
Yeah,
incapable, right? You want to have that kind of environment. And
yeah. We'd like to see our truly potential, right?
exactly, exactly. So seeing how much potential you have can only come through that means.
Yeah, especially when I totally agree with you. Uh, I still live with my parents, but
Uh-huh.
I totally agree with you. In order to feel confident and to have more responsibilities, and we have to rely only on ourselves. It will, we will gain so much, confidence. So it'll be really awesome. I totally agree with you. And I'd like to ask you also, what do you like to do in your free time? There in the
Well, it depends on the occasion, and it depends on the time, and it depends also on where I am and what's available. But on a general basis, I would enjoy, you know, chatting or going out with friends, or probably playing some video game.
awesome.
Yeah, if that's not available, then I do some music, and yeah, should make me feel
That's
good.
great. In my case, I also like playing video games. I like watching TV shows in English. I have been spending so much time on watching TV shows because I'd like to sound more natural in English, and I think TV shows, they are, you know, the the most real, you know, situation in English. Because sometimes when we watch a movies, they're not as long as TV shows. TV
Yeah,
shows have a lot of seasons, so I can
yeah,
learn new words. And yeah, so that's great. I have been also reading books. I don't read books in English yet because I like reading nonstop, and I don't feel that I have enough vocabulary to read a book. I would have to stop all the time to look words up in the dictionary, and I don't like that. So I am building up my vocabulary in order to read a book, straightforward.
yeah. Just at a go, right? You don't want to have those breaks whereby you have to figure
Yeah,
out what you're saying. What
totally.
does it mean? How do you
Yeah.
use this?
I like
I,
to
I,
enjoy the moment. To imagine the situation when I'm reading a book. When I take a break to look something up, I think it breaks the emotion. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's just like movies, you know. It's like when you've given in your 100% attention to a movie, and then somebody just calls you, "Hey, you gotta come do this," and you be like, "Oh no, I cannot go." You know?
You
Yeah.
have to do this right now.
What?
For example, go do the dishes, go
Yeah, go do the dishes, go do
do
yeah,
the
really
chores.
good. Yeah, exactly. So, and for me, now I even have this habit of I hardly sleep at night. So most times when I sleep, it's in the daytime. And so when I'm like concentrating and doing something in the daytime, and somebody interrupts me, whether it's a book, movie, or anything, I'm like, no way, don't do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
it's
do
a little
that.
bit frustrating, right? When we are interrupted.
Yeah, nobody really loves interruption. But you know, the funny thing is, I find this to become a habit. Most times, as much as we don't love interruption, unconsciously we tend to interrupt ourselves by either not completing tasks or by procrastination. Yeah, because
Yeah,
because sometimes you tell yourself, I want to do this stuff, but what I have to do now, I'll probably not do immediately because I'm gonna do it later on when I have the time to do it. You know, just we tend to want to throw in some logic for what we don't want to do, and it eventually comes back to stop us from what we want to do. You know.
yeah, I see.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was really great
Can you hear
talking
me?
with you. I think we have about a minute and 30 seconds or so. It was nice talking with you. So I probably ask, how has your experience been with Cambly? You know, you've spent quite some time with Cambly. So how has your experience been? You know?
My experience has been really great here on the platform, especially because I've
Yeah,
been here for over 2 years. It's been like
yeah,
two
yeah,
years and 3 months, and I love this platform, to learn English, and I feel that I wouldn't be, you know, at this level without Cambly, because I'm actually having a real conversation with a native speaker, and
yeah, and that's great. That's really great. I can really commend you for that. It's really good, and I think I was talking sometimes fast, sometimes slow, which is great. And you were able to understand.
yeah,
That's good.
but I like that though. I think we have to. It's great when you talk in your normal pace, at your normal pace, because real life is like that. So people like to
Yeah.
speak fast, and in order to understand
Sometimes
everything.
it's fast, sometimes
Yeah,
it's slow. You know,
yeah,
it's just the emotion in the language.
exactly. But I'm out of
Yeah.
time. Thanks so much for this
Yeah, I
incredible
see. Thank you
conversation.
so much also.
Take care, okay? Have a great day.
Yeah, I will. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.